Now at 10, authorities near the Missouri-Arkansas line recovered the body of a missing kayaker. Plus, storm damage to vehicles leads to an uptick in business for some area auto body shops. And Galena hopes to welcome in a brand new splash pad.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities have found the body of a kayaker who had been missing in high water. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. They found the body of 59-year-old Christopher Jaglin of Bella Vista, Arkansas in Sugar Creek, north of the Sugar Creek Center in Bella Vista. Jaglin was last seen on Sunday entering the creek near the Missouri state line with fishing gear and a kayak. Currents do remain swift from severe weekend storms in that area. After searching for a day, Bella Vista police asked Missouri authorities to help with that search along Little Sugar Creek near the Missouri-Arkansas line. More than a dozen White Rock firefighters performed a day-long shore search in addition to drone assistance along with the Missouri State Highway Patrol Water Patrol. That investigation will be turned over to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a warmer day for us today as we did go into lower 80s for afternoon highs, right where we should be. 81 for a high, average high, 81 degrees. We started at 58. We did get some scattered showers across the region, nothing too strong, nothing severe, which is great after all the severe weather we have seen. Temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler over the next couple days. They're going to be mainly into the 70s, but still pretty nice. Any showers we had earlier are gone. We still have some dying ones out to our west, but most of the big time storms are staying out across western Kansas, down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, and that's where they're going to stay as we go through the overnight hours. So quiet tonight, 66 by 11, 62 by 7. I think our overnight low right around 60, and then we rebound to 73 by 10 a.m. But we do have more rain in the forecast. We're going to be looking at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. Some Joplin auto body repair businesses have seen an increase in customers in the last couple of weeks. Demarest Dents and Door Dings says they've received more than 20 calls after the weekend storms. Another body repair shop, the Touch Up Shop, it's been experiencing a rise in hail-related repairs for about 2 months. The business owners offer advice to future customers, not only for dealing with dents, but also when handling insurance claims.
Typically, when somebody tries to do dent work on their own car, they do a little bit more damage than what it originally started with, so we have to fix that before we can fix the dent.
When there's a long angle, like say the sun is on the horizon, getting ready for sunset or dawn, the dents will show more in the photographs if they have to take their own pictures.
According to Demarest Dents and Door Dings owners, spring is their busiest season of the year. They often have to hire extra help. Some impacted by the storms this weekend don't have a voice to speak for themselves. Eden Jones has the story of a new home for some displaced racehorses in Oklahoma.
The Tulsa Fairgrounds is now a temporary home for racehorses who otherwise would have nowhere to go, like Minnesota Nice.
And she was one of the horses that went through the tornado.
That tornado destroyed several barns at the Will Rogers Downs racing facility in Claremore over the weekend. Cassie Glad can breathe a sigh of relief as it barely missed hers.
All of our horses are okay, thank God.
Colleen Davidson can't say the same.
We tried, but he's in the blue skies forever now.
One of her horses suffered a broken neck and had to be euthanized. Another is currently at the clinic.
My barn took a pretty brutal hit for the fact that it didn't only tear the roof off, it broke the stalls down, and that's what got my horse hurt.
Her 9 remaining horses are now here, and thanks to people like Lindsay Raper, they're getting everything they need. She owns Eleanor Feed Store in Pryor and has donated several deliveries of hay and feed.
And whatever they need, we'll keep bringing it.
Both Davidson and Glad say it's that support that keeps them going and makes the horse racing community bond so strong.
All of us horsemen, we come together at times like this, whether we run against each other or not. We're a family at the end of the day.
They say this is yet another example of how Oklahomans are always willing to help others, whether human or horse.
That's Oklahoma helping Oklahoma.
Eleanor Livestock Feed and Supply Company says they plan to put a link on their Facebook page for anyone interested in donating. Authorities investigate a suspicious mobile home fire in Jasper County. Crews responded to reports of a fire at that vacant residence early this morning. Joplin, Webb City, Oronogo Fire joined that fight along with Donoweg Fire. Authorities reported no injuries. The Missouri State Fire Marshal is assisting that investigation. Despite the delay of swim season for the Galena, Kansas City pool due to maintenance, the construction of a new splash pad progresses. The $100,000 splash pad is at no cost to city taxpayers thanks to community support. If all goes as planned, Galena is going to have a brand new splash pad at the city park toward the end of the summer. In the meantime, the city pool will be open May 31st after necessary maintenance. Jonah Stringer, a grandmother to 4 little ones, is already adding the splash pad into late summer plans.
And we live right across the street, so we'll get a lot of use out of it. And he loved the splash pad in Bartlesville, so he'll enjoy it.
First phase of building a bathroom and equipment room for that new splash pad is already underway. A shakeup at OpenAI leads to the formation of a new safety board. That's coming up. Plus, closing arguments in the trial of former President Donald Trump wrap up today. We're going to have the latest. Closing arguments in former President Donald Trump's so-called hush money trial. They concluded today, giving the prosecution and defense a final chance to speak to the jury before it deliberates on that historic criminal case. Michael George has the latest.
After a day of intense closing arguments, the criminal case against former President Donald Trump could go into jury deliberations as early as Wednesday. In the morning, Trump's lead defense lawyer, Todd Blanche, worked to erode the credibility of Michael Cohen, the prosecution's star witness, calling him the greatest liar of all time.
The defense spent hours saying, in a variety of different ways, sometimes explicitly, sometimes implicitly, Michael Cohen is a liar, and Michael Cohen is the thing that connects any alleged criminal wrongdoing to the former president.
At the center of the case are reimbursements Trump paid to Cohen for an alleged $130,000 hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Next, the prosecution spent hours wrapping up its case. Assistant District Attorney Joshua Steinglass focused on Daniels' testimony about the 2006 sexual encounter she says she had with Trump. Steinglass told jurors the payment was part of a conspiracy and cover-up ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Trump, who pleaded not guilty to all 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, has denied all wrongdoing.
You better believe if there's a conviction, there will absolutely be an appeal.
Earlier, tensions flared when Blanche told the jurors, "You cannot send somebody to prison based upon the words of Michael Cohen." That enraged Judge Juan Merchan, who clarified a prison sentence is not required in this case, even in conviction. He instructed the jury to disregard the remark. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The charges against former President Trump are punishable by up to 4 years in prison. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman is vowing to give away most of his wealth. Altman and his husband have signed the Giving Pledge, which is a charity that encourages the ultra-rich to donate their wealth to philanthropic causes. Bloomberg reports that Altman is worth at least $2 billion, with much of his wealth drawn from startup investments. So far, more than 245 couples and individuals have signed on. And speaking of OpenAI, it has a new security board. Today, the company announced a new committee that'll make recommendations about safety and security. This comes just weeks after the company dissolved a team focused on AI safety. It also follows the high-profile exits of 2 of the team's leaders who complained tensions, quote, reached a breaking point, end quote. Earlier this month, a company spokesperson said dismantling the team would help it better achieve its super alignment goals. Doug returns with the forecast next, and later some Southwest Missourians plant the seeds for a fruitful future.
Save.
Overall, it turned out to be a nice Tuesday for us today. We did have some light showers, especially late morning into the early afternoon hours. It didn't amount to too much, but about 1/10 of an inch. So this puts us at about 5.5 inches for the month, which is a little bit above normal for May, but of course we were below normal in March and April. So for the year, we're at 17, should be at 18, so we're about an inch behind, but we don't have to worry about drought conditions right now because we are out of our drought that we've had over the past couple years, and we need that trend to continue as we get into the summer months. All right, not a whole bunch going on. We have some dying showers out to our west, but any big time severe weather staying out across Colorado, western Kansas, down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, and this is going to slide southeast. So this is going to stay south of us as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight, but we do have some rain chances sticking around the next few days. See these little kinks in the upper level flow? These are weak little waves kind of riding over the Rockies, dropping in and giving us some showers and thunderstorms. Let's go ahead and walk through time for you. Tonight, partly cloudy. We drop back near 60. As we go through the morning hours tomorrow, you can see a couple little spotty showers trying to pop up. I think our better shot is going to be during the afternoon, especially long and south of the I-44 corridor. Now, anything that pops up is not going to be too strong. It's not going to be severe, but there could be a rumble or two of thunder. Anything that does pop up is gone by tomorrow evening. Tomorrow night, nice and calm, partly cloudy skies once again. Then as we go into Thursday, showers and thunderstorms increase again, especially once we get into the afternoon. These guys could be a little bit stronger. We could get some strong storms. I'm not anticipating anything severe, but we could get some stronger storms as we go into Thursday afternoon. Then by Thursday evening, again, we lose the heating of the day and the showers and thunderstorms dissipate. So rainfall amounts, not a ton, especially if you live in our northern counties, but some areas along and south of I-44, you may pick up a half an inch, maybe even upwards to an inch with some of those stronger showers and thunderstorms. 62 in the morning, 77 by noon. I think our high 78, 79 degrees with those showers sticking around. Let's go later on this week because Thursday looks fine, but a batch of thunderstorms roll in on Friday, out on Saturday. Those could be a little bit stronger as well. I think most of Saturday afternoon looks pretty good. Then here we go again for Sunday into Monday, and that's going to be our better chance to get some severe weather. Showers and thunderstorms Thursday, Friday, very low severe threat. As we go into Sunday, low severe threat, but our threat goes up a little bit late Sunday into Monday, and then we have another threat June 8th through 11th, and then hopefully we can get out of severe weather season. 78 tomorrow, 77 on Thursday, 75 on Friday. The bulk of the weekend looks pretty good. 79 Saturday, back to 83 on Sunday, warming up for us next week.
Doug, thanks. Some Southwest Missouri residents today got free plants and seeds to grow at home. Chris Bryant spoke to the organizers about this opportunity for people to cultivate their own gardens.
So you want to explore the possibility of having a green thumb.
Gardening can be very inexpensive. You can make it really expensive.
But knowing where to start can be a tough row to hoe.
What are you looking for? Tomatoes? Tomatoes? Tomatoes. And cucumbers. And cucumbers.
While those two hope for a windfall when it comes to planting, Dad knows that today's event is an effort to keep the bad seeds away.
A way to get the kids out in the garden, to be able to have them enjoying things, eating the food that we make ourselves. I mean, as you can see, the community loves it. It's something that has always been a huge bonus for us.
Crosslines and Full Circle Gardens at Ozarks Food Harvest work to make sure those who take advantage use the correct path as they wander through the garden.
Bigger each year. We kind of refine things as the numbers grow, and it's just really a great opportunity for the community to come together and talk about gardening, growing plants, hunger relief, and get people excited about growing and sharing food.
While many are just starting out when it comes to problems, those on hand try to nip those in the bud.
We're really just trying to increase access to education around gardening and growing your own food and reduce barriers to gardening.
The plants and seeds were free to the public as a way to make sure people have access to locally grown food through food cultivation and resources, outreach, and garden education.
I like peppers, so it's great for me to be able to get all my spicy things. Wife's got her flowers and herbs, things like that.
And for our 2 peas in a pod, while new tomato plants are in the harvest plans, they are keeping their eyes out for another vegetable.
Because the family like cucumbers.
I understand.
If you missed out on this year's plant and seed giveaway and want more information about starting your own garden, you can reach out to Full Circle Gardens at Ozarks Food Harvest.
Missouri conservation officials say snakes are among the state's most misunderstood animals, so they're trying to correct that. They're going to host an in-person program called Snakes Alive at the Missouri Department of Conservation's Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center in Joplin. That's going to be on Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. It'll cover such topics as the valuable service snakes provide for pest control. Yeah, snakes have a purpose. They can actually be our friends. The center conducted a virtual program on that same topic today. To sign up for Friday's in-person program, check out the link on KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, Crowder Baseball plays an elimination game in the Junior College World Series. And more than a dozen high school baseball players from the 4 states receive all-state honors. John Dales has those stories and more. It's coming up next.
In an elimination game at the Junior College World Series today, Crowder enters the bottom of the 9th inning with a 2-run lead over Southern Nevada, but allows 3 runs to score, which ends the Rough Riders season in heartbreaking fashion.
Oh, it's just unfortunate. We just didn't make the plays when we needed to, pitches when we needed to, and just get the big swings like we hoped to when we came out here. This one will be something I talk about for a while. There's some things that happened in this tournament, internally that we got to clean up and go do. Our bullpen was our strength coming in, and I'm not saying it let us down, because they're kids and they went out, but our bullpen was our strength, and we didn't pitch like it, out here. So disappointing, very disappointing that we got to go home. It's over for us, but it's a hell of a year, and these kids battled all year.
The Kansas Association of Baseball Coaches releases its 2024 All-State teams today. In Class 2-1A, Colgan's Cooper Simmons is named Player of the Year as a middle infielder. Panther head coach Mike Watt is also selected as the 2-1A Coach of the Year. So here's a complete list of honorees from Southeast Kansas in Class 2-1A. Simmons' teammates Kyson Bennett and Gus Keller, both of them join him on the first team All-State. This comes after the Panthers finished 3rd in the state tournament last week in Great Bend. Northeast Arma teammates Spencer Wade and Jonas Sparks are named to the 2nd team and honorable mention respectively. Over to Class 3A, 3 All-State honorees come from Southeast Kansas. Humboldt outfielder Sam Hull is named to the 1st team. Riverton pitcher Noah Harper gets selected to the 2nd team. And Peyton Gaines receives all honorable mention All-State honors. The Class 4A All-State team is loaded with local players. 3 of them make it on the 1st team. Dub Chipman from Fort Scott is a first-team All-State pitcher. Then Chanute teammates Lars Kester and Rhett Smith, both of them on the 1st team as first baseman and infielder. There's a lot more than just them. On the 2nd team All-State, Labette County's Hudson Baker gets the selection as an outfielder. Spencer Goldston joins him. His Fort Scott teammate Rocco Lafredo is on the 3rd team, honorable mention. One of 3 Tigers to be named to the 4A All-State roster. Chanute also has 3 players in the 4A team. On top of being a first-team infielder, Rhett Smith gets an honorable mention as a pitcher, and Chris Harding receives honorable mention status as a designated hitter. Well, the Joplin Outlaws are off to a 1-2 start to their 2024 season. They begin their 2nd series of the year on the road at Fort Smith tonight. Now, it's the first time this year that the Outlaws make the trip to Fort Smith, Arkansas, taking on the Marshalls. Game just wraps up right before we come on the air. The Outlaws win 10-8. These 2 teams will play each other again tomorrow. Major League Baseball, the Royals lose tonight. The Cardinals win, though. And even though the Cardinals have struggled a lot this season, they're a game back of 500 and just a game back of a wild card spot as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course, there's a whole lot of season left.
Very much.
Gosh,
yeah.
it's a lot more exciting when they're in the race. We'll be right back.
All right, it's going to be pretty calm for us tonight, but 78 tomorrow. We are going to have some scattered showers, maybe a random thunderstorm during the afternoon. Much of the same on Thursday, a little bit stronger. Still not anticipating anything severe late Thursday and then again on Friday. The bulk of the weekend looks pretty good, but our next severe threat really rolls in late Sunday into Monday.
Hey, Doug, thanks. If you're ever on the go, you still want to be able to watch our newscast live, it's really simple. All you have to do is download the KOAM Plus app. It's available absolutely free of charge. It means you can take the newscast with you anywhere you are on the planet. If you have internet, just search for KOAM Plus. Hey, there's a story you can sink your teeth into here. The Erie Market teamed up with Farm Bureau Financial Services today in Erie, Kansas to celebrate National Beef Burger Day. Folks were invited out to the Erie Market to celebrate with free burgers. The tasty event also provided a great way to give back to the community.
Neosho County has a lot of cattle, and it's one of the biggest industries in Neosho County, and it's National Beef Burger Day. So why not give back to the community and also support our local ranchers?
Head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, to take part in a poll in recognition of National Beef Burger Day. The question, which topping would you never put on your hamburger? We have 10 choices there, some of them very common condiments, some of them not so common. Check it out, you're going to enjoy it. Final sports note.
The Nevada Griffins played their first home game of the season, first game of the entire season tomorrow against the Chillicothe Mudcats. We'll have a lot more from them.
Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.